Okay, if you're moving from New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, any of the northeastern states, and you're moving to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, what actually changes when you move? It's a good question because a lot of people, I've moved here 20 years ago from the Northeast as well, and a lot of people do it. And this is what I hear over and over again after helping 2,500 families move to our area. So if you're tired of brutal winters or a lot of times sky high taxes and you're feeling squeezed financially in your market, it could be New York, could be Pennsylvania. Myrtle Beach does offer a big shift towards the sunshine and affordability, but there's going to be a lot more than just that relaxed coastal vibe, right? Thousands of people are making this move. They're trying to go for lower costs and a better quality of life, but that's not the only thing that changes. The biggest changes that people say over and over again is the money in your pocket. It's a little bit more affordable, or the weather. They didn't expect it to be as hot or as cold. Do get some weather here in the winter months. It might dip into freezing, but then come right back up into 50 degrees in the same day. Or the pace of life. It's from the hustle bustle, and people say, oh, you got traffic, but then they're coming from other places that really have traffic. There are some adjustments that are needed. So just let's get into these things. So let's talk about the cost of living and housing. Now, this is really the biggest win, I would say, for most people when they're moving here because, Myrtle Beach cost of living, it is significantly lower than major areas in cities, especially in the United States. I mean, if you're coming from like Philly or New York City, it's going to be between 15 and 30% less than where you were. And a lot of people sell their big house and they have money in their pocket when they move here because they're buying something that's brand new, and it doesn't even make sense because, when they're comparing places like Syracuse, New York, or Columbus, it's cheaper, but it's actually even cheaper here. So does that make sense? So the median home prices here in Myrtle Beach right now, they're hovering between, 270 and 350. Now this is 2026 data, and you can often get more house for the money than you would in the Northeast. But I'm going to tell you something. The market is currently buyer friendly with more inventory. So if you are moving here, you're going to have that to your advantage. But the other advantages that you're going to have are the daily expenses. Now, like groceries. Okay, groceries tend to be a little bit less here. Dining, meals aren't as much. And transportation costs, what I mean by that is gas, is a little bit less money, less tax money in the gas. And also your car insurance tends to be less than a lot of the big cities, and especially compared to, a lot of places in New York or Jersey. Now, real examples, I just want to give you some. Your Northeast home equity could buy you something that's a lot bigger here and newer here and less maintenance, and you can actually get out and enjoy things. Now, we've had clients who have sold their homes, they've sold them for bigger money, and they've pocketed that money, and they're using it to travel, they're using it to put it into their savings, and they're buying a house and paying for it cash when they take that equity. So it is a major win in that respect. But that is really just one of the parts because taxes is one of the major reliefs for most people. There's no state tax on Social Security, which is huge for retirees. A lot of retirees are moving to our area. And then you've got the income tax. That is the South Carolina tax. The top rate is 6% versus New York. I know it's much higher when you combine all those tax rates because there's overlays, right? They've got school districts and all these types of things. But when we're looking at it, property taxes in South Carolina compared to parts of Pennsylvania or Jersey or New York are much lower. And the Northeast, I know Vermont, and a lot of people are saying, somebody came out of Boston and they were like, oh my gosh, your taxes, is that per month or is that per year? That's per year, not per month. You're getting that much less per tax. So many movers, they report the savings in the thousands and thousands immediately and annually. And then the other thing you want to think about is the sales tax. It's either similar or slightly lower compared to many other areas. But overall, I'm going to tell you this, the Northeast compared to South Carolina, movers see a dramatic savings, annual savings that is, especially on their property taxes. It's the 5th lowest property tax in the nation. Then there's the weather and climate. Now, you go from snow to sun in the winters and mild. I'm not saying it's never going to freeze. You might get a frost in your window, but it's going to be probably mild, and it's also not going to be as hot in the summers as, let's say, Florida would be. Average highs, we're talking, 50s and 60s, and freezing temps and snows. I mean, you go to Ohio and Pennsylvania, you got a winter, all the Northeast, you got a winter. Here, it's a short or mild winter. Summers, yeah, it's hot and humid, right? And I know a lot of places in the Northeast, it's, 80s and 90s hot and humid. But this, I'm going to tell you, being in Myrtle Beach area where I am, the breeze coming from the ocean, it certainly does help. When you go further inland, yeah, it can get kind of steamy. And the year-round beach access really does make it kind of nice if you like to just take a walk on the beach. But the change here is really there's no more shoveling snow. You can get rid of the snow blower and the shovel, or scraping ice for that matter, because you're going to be spending more outdoor time year round. Not just, okay, I'm going to hibernate in the winter because I can't go out and it's icy and all that stuff. You're actually going to be out and about doing fun things. Now, the downside is hurricane season. Now, a lot of people scared of this, but it's from June through November. And I'm going to tell you that if you look at the actual statistics of when things happen, I mean, I know Sandy even hit up in the Northeast. So the Northeast does get hurricanes as well. But I'm going to tell you that the potential here for hurricanes is much less than Florida. I mean, it's actually about 75% less, fewer hurricanes over the last 100 years in South Carolina compared to Florida. So, if you're prepared, those storms, you know about it. You know it's coming. It's not like it's an issue that's going to knock you out, right? And if you have insurance, your insurance might be a little bit higher. And I'm going to tell you where it is. A lot of people say, what's flood insurance, all this stuff? No, that's not it. What ends up happening is your wind and hail deductible. Okay, that's if your roof and all that stuff is going to be a little bit higher, and you can mitigate those costs by raising your deductible. So that's a little hack there. And then when you're moving, what changes from the Northeast to moving to South Carolina? Well, a lot of times it's the lifestyle and the pace of life. Guys, you might have to get used to a little bit slower. It might be a little bit friendlier. You might be pumping gas. This happened to me. I got in town, didn't know anybody. I'm pumping gas in the morning. It's early in the morning in my car, and somebody leans over and says, "Hey, good morning." I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" So the less hustle than the Northeast cities, it is a little bit different, right? The beach lifestyle, if you're moving to the coast, means there's more relaxation. I mean, I don't know, are you into golf? Some people are really into it. We've got that here. How about fishing? I mean, there's so many freshwater and saltwater opportunities and outdoor activities. There's some kind of an event or tourist vibe. Something is happening, some kind of a festival is happening year round here. So the tourist town vibe is something I'm going to tell you that is different. You do have to get used to it. And this is what's going to be different for you if you're moving, right? It's busier in the summer because you got visitors here. You got a traffic spike, right? But it is less quiet. It's quieter in the off season. But I'm going to tell you the advantage with that is there's great entertainment. There's great restaurants. There's almost 2,000 restaurants in our Horry County area. And you've got plenty of attractions, everything from the boardwalk to Broadway at the beach and shows and all kinds of things to do. So in the community here, we've really got a mix of retirees, families, and transplants. I mean, not many people are born at the beach. Think about it. You move to the beach, right? Most people are not born here. So when they say, we're all in the same boat together, most people are moving from somewhere else that have moved here. So there's more of that hospitality, I guess, Southern hospitality, because everybody is feeling the same. And it's not those Northeast direct hustle bustle, I'm in the rat race, right? People were a little bit more relaxed here. And the other thing really is the outdoors. As I said, you're going to be spending more time here outdoors because the weather is year-round more mild. You have beaches. I mean, maybe it's the Intercoastal Waterway. Maybe you enjoy parks. We've got a ton of parks here, state and national parks in South Carolina. And then there's daily access to the ocean, or maybe even occasional trips. I mean, our Myrtle Beach Airport has super low flights going directly to a lot of different places. So maybe you want to enjoy those quick trips out of town and come back. But I'm going to tell you about this. This is kind of the downside, and it's a blessing and a curse, I guess, is the job market. Now, it's all relative, and this is the economy here. Tourism is our main industry in South Carolina or in the coastal area of Grand Strand here, Horry County. And so if you're looking for a job and you're moving here, yes, the wages are all going to be less but your cost of living is going to be less. So I guess it's all relative in that respect. So don't expect to make those big amounts of money that you might have made in your job from somewhere else. But the economy, as I say, lots of jobs are hospitality or retail or restaurants or healthcare for that matter, because we have an aging population. We've got great healthcare, 5 regional hospitals, or construction, because we are booming and we're having a lot of new construction here. We're in our infancy in this marketplace because we have so much open land still to build, and it's going to be happening, down the road in the future. But if we're looking at the job market and you're looking for a job, I'm going to tell you again, it's generally going to be lower than the Northeast. So it's important to factor in. A lot of people, they've sold their house and they've got money in their pocket, so that's the advantage there. But on the other hand, I'll tell you this: remote workers or retirees, I think that probably benefit the most, or those that are in trades, whether it's healthcare, because that's in demand. And I know a lot of nurses, we've had a lot of nurse clients and healthcare clients recently who have done well because they moved here and they're in demand and they're getting paid well, and then they get to buy and their lifestyle and their cost of living is less. So they're kind of winning. And sometimes sales jobs do well. But the job market, I'm going to tell you, it can be competitive in the lower wage sectors, just telling you. But the opportunity in a growing area is all this new development. So you got to consider the upside to that. And I'm going to tell you, there's other changes that will happen from when you're moving here that you may or may not thought about. And again, that's the homeowner's insurance. Often it's going to be a little bit more. I've heard people say, oh, I had to pay $800 or $900 more than I used to pay. I get it. Sometimes, and you don't have to be in a flood zone, but you can opt in for flood insurance. Some people do that. And some people, if you are in a flood zone, I don't recommend buying there, and our team does not usually sell there. And if you are deciding, we're going to tell you even areas that don't flood and areas that do have low-lying, because if it rains, guess what? Water is always going to the low-lying areas. It doesn't have to be in a flood zone, but we know those areas, and we're going to share that with you when you set up an appointment with our team to actually show you properties. We will tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then car insurance. I'm going to tell you this. It is a lot less here compared to a lot of other areas. It just is. But if we're talking about crowds, like traffic and crowds, the seasonal tourist traffic, it can be frustrating if you're coming into the beach and you're not timing it right. The roads can get congested if everybody's coming in for a weekend or, on that week. And, schools and family, they depend on our area. And I'm going to tell you this, the schools are rated well. You can go ahead and do your research if you're looking for a school, because we've got a lot of winning schools. They try to keep the people who are here in our businesses, our tourism businesses, in good education for their children. So I've heard this many times. I've had children here in all of our schools. A lot of people enjoy this area. But I think one of the things that is really different when you're moving here is the culture and really the food, I guess, because you're going to find probably more Southern barbecue. Now, you either love it or don't, right? You might not like fried foods. There's a lot of seafood. There's a lot of casual dining. You're going to see less formal dining here. And you're not going to see all of the diversity in northern big cities as far as restaurants. Okay. Is there an Indian restaurant or some type of specialty restaurant, Thai restaurant that you really loved and there's multiple? We might have one here. We're not going to have a lot. It's going to be kind of Southern food. You're going to find a lot of that. Not a lot of what I would call specialty type restaurants. Okay? Does any of this make sense? I hope this is helpful to you. Just comment, please. Let's talk about healthcare because it's available and you want to make sure that you've got healthcare and specialized care for that matter. And a lot of places, as I said, we have 5 regional hospitals. We have a bunch of smaller emergency rooms off of that. So I would say there's probably 10 total emergency rooms here, plus all the ancillary services that go along with all those doctors and all the rehab and everything else. So I guess to sum everything up, there's lower costs and lower taxes. There's great weather year-round. There's nice beaches. It's really a more relaxed lifestyle, and I think that's what you're going to find. It's a stronger sense of community, and you'll probably be enjoying the outdoors a little bit more. But there are cons, things to prepare for, as I said. hurricane, okay, if it's on your mind, you're going to get plenty of notice. You might pay a little bit more in insurance. What else? Lower wages. If you're in the job sector, a lot of these sectors are going to be lower wages than you would make elsewhere. But I'm going to tell you, if your cost of living is higher somewhere else and you're making more money, are you getting ahead? I mean, that's the point. And then probably the other thing is adjusting to the slower Southern culture with a slower pace. You might have to. It could be frustrating for some who are used to really being in that rat race. The other thing is the the humidity. It might be too much for some. I don't know what you're used to, or rapid development in some areas. If you're coming from an area that's totally dense, it's not going to bother you. But in somebody who's living in a rural area, our area is in growth mode, so you are going to see some changes in development in the future. So really, again, if you're moving from New York or Ohio or Pennsylvania and you're moving to Myrtle Beach, it can bring you big savings. It can bring you warmer days, and it can bring you a fresh start if you're trying to start over, if you're escaping something, or if you're retiring to something, right? But it's not paradise 24/7. It's not a vacation 24/7. Just realize that, right? So if you want to do more research, if you want to know about specific neighborhoods, what area is more quieter, is North Myrtle better, is Carolina Forest better, is Murrells Inlet, is Conway, pick up the phone, give us a call, because this is what we do every single day. This is just a video about moving and what's different. But really, we want to make sure that you're avoiding the pitfalls that are costly and you're making the smartest move that you can possibly make. This is not for everybody, guys. Some people it works for them and some people it does not. So we just want to make sure that it's a good fit for you. And if it's not, that's fine. At the end of the day, when we show you things, you're going to know. The cream will rise to the top. So go ahead, comment where you're moving from and what you're most excited about and what you thought was shocking in this video or not shocking or anything else. Just go ahead and put it in the comments. But be nice, because some people are extremely negative and you've seen them. You have my permission to comment back on anybody you see some crazy stuff in there. Go ahead and comment. And if you're subscribed, guys, I will see you in the next video. I really do appreciate you watching and commenting here, and we look forward to talking soon. Take care.